Live from Huerlo's Taco Bar in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas, it's time for Texas Radio Live. Tonight, our musical guest is Bonnie Whitmore. And now, please make welcome to Texas Radio Live, your host for the evening, Susanna Schofel.
That's me. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming down to Güeros tonight for a nice, cozy, toasty show here in the Oak Garden. We've got the fire going. We've got Christmas lights. It's a magical scene down here. And most importantly, we have two beautiful musicians on stage. I am so excited to not only have Bonnie Whitmore, but the lovely Betty Sue will be joining her as well. So it's like a bonus tonight. Yes. And I am so excited. Bonnie's got a great new album out called Last Will and Testament. And we'll probably talk a little bit about that. And she'll probably play us some. Without further ado, I'm going to leave it to you, Miss Bonnie Whitmore, here on Texas Radio Live on Sun Radio.
Thank you, Susanna. It's so good to be here. This is really my first show since March. So thank y'all so much for being here. And yes, I have Betty Sue. I'm going to do this song that I wrote with my co-producer, Scott Davis. This one's called Right/Wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do you want to be? Rising high with a tree by your window, from a distance it seems everything you love can get lost in the shadow. When you get in close, you'll see it ain't a world of make-believe. There's so much more that's right than wrong. Where do you want to go? Surrounded by constant updates in the shadows, it's hard to get up those words that get lost in the face. Really matters when the echoes get too loud. I would rather shake your hand. We won't ever understand, but what's the point of in the land of the free without you and me? What do you want to say? And how will you be remembered? Stories are read. What would be okay? We could just offer more than what was given. It's not like you can't take it with you. The life you live, but you can. There's so much more right than wrong. And I would rather shake your hand. We won't ever understand, but what's the point of liberty and the land without you and me? Man, I've been so thankful that Sun Radio has been playing that song on the radio. Like I said, I wrote that one with my co-producer. I produced it with Scott Davis. And that song, we were just I was trying to channel my inner Mr. Rogers, and I realized that I'm just not nice enough. I really fashioned myself after Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. But we did want to focus on those three questions. A lot of these songs are about topical things, and I feel like the best way to start a conversation is ask those questions. That one was asking, who do you want to be, where do you want to go, and what do you want to say? But this one I know has been getting lots of really good love. I wrote this one with Jamie Harris. And in fact, Betty Sue's been singing it a bit, which has been a blessing and an honor for me, honestly. But this one's called Fine, which, like I like to say, There's a difference between I am fine and I will be fine. So we will be fine. We're just not there yet. We first met, it was sickly sweet. I looked at you and you looked through me. No secret I could hide or keep. We both knew that we were in too deep. Well, you light the match just to feel that spark. It's a beautiful thing to watch it fall apart. But it burns, it fades, and you're left in the dark. And all that's left is a broken heart. Are you okay, honey? Are you looking for the exit sign? Are you coming with me? No, whatever you decide, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Is it worth the wait? Should it be forgotten? 'Cause it's not the first time that I've fallen. But when you're tattered and bruised, looking up from the bottom, you'll hold them close just because you got on. Are you okay, honey? Are you looking for the exit sign? Are you coming with me? No, whatever you decide, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Would I rather only and change my mind 1,000 times? If you could just hold me, maybe that'd be just fine. Is that okay, honey? Are you looking for the exit sign? Are you coming with me? No, whatever you decide, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be
You are listening to Bonnie Whitmore on Texas Radio Live on Solar Power Sun Radio.
Oh, what is that?
Oh yeah, we're getting on the monster now. I'm getting shaking all those things out. You know, I just had a moment of epiphany when I said the line, "If you could just hold me." I'm like, except for right now, you can't hold me right now. I miss hugs, y'all. I do. I can't wait to be able to do them again because, man, I give good hugs. I give real good hugs. I like to do the hugs that, like, you know, you go in and hold for a little extra. You're almost like, this is getting awkward. And I'm like, I know. That means it's real. So I'm looking forward to that moment in time. This is the title track, though, from the record. I know it seemed a little morbid to title it Last Will and Testament. But it's if you know me, it fits. It fits really well. So here's the title track. fires, broken wires, never seems to stop. Burning wild, word to the past. Another scar around my heart. So I work on my reverie. The only one that hurts is me, and I don't need to take your time. 'Cause it's just one more off my list. We can seal it with a kiss, and I'll go back to writing my last will and testament. Watch it burn. Will you learn? Oh. 'Cause when it goes, we all know you can't take it with you when you're gone. So I work on my reverie. The only one that hurts is me, and I ask will and testaments. So I work on my reverie. The only one that hurts is me, and I don't need to take your time. 'Cause it's just one more off my list. We can seal it with a kiss, and I'll go back to writing my last will and testament. So here's to you, all that you do. You're just a lucky so-and-so. We're going to keep it weird for another tune. All right. So these are all songs that are on this new record that I put out called Last Will and Testament. And it came out in October. And I have to say that it's been such a lovely thing to have something to look forward to on this year. So that meant a lot to me. And I was just actually going through all my pictures and stuff on my phone and looking at memories and stuff like that from the past couple of years, because I've been lucky to go out with James McMurtry. And I found the video of him singing that song when we did Boys Who Do Girls at Cactus. Oh, it was so awesome. I was like, that was like winning at life right there. Gold star moment. James McMurtry singing one of my songs. So this one's called Imaginary. It's a deep cut on the record. And I felt like I needed to give it some love. So we'll see how this goes. It's not imaginary. The lines we try to bury, hold out and be contrary. Who gets to be extraordinary, but I won't let go. It seems the more you know, possibility to grow. It's passing us by. We all weep and cry. Don't we all? Oh, and sleep will come as soon as our work is done. United we become equal as to everyone, to keep it through the night. What we know to be right, don't let it out of sight. Don't fear the light, 'cause it's just passing us by. We all weep and cry till the last one falls. Yes, you can decide and say we all tried till the last one falls. Don't we all? Don't we all? It's not imaginary. Time to shoot, take the shot, show the world what you got. When it's done, when you're gone, were you right or were you wrong? Is it yours? What's the cost? Is it truly worth the loss? If you're broken, will you heal when there's nothing left to fear? Question on my mind. Why did it seem worth it at the time? Oh. For the truth, for the war, to know what you're fighting for. 'Cause it's not about faith, all you hold is to hate. When it's black, if it's blue, the choice is only up to you. And if you're scared, don't feed the fears, 'cause we've shed 1,000 tears. Question on my mind. Why did it seem worth it at the time? Oh. take the shot. Is it worth it? Time to shoot, take the shot. Shoot, take the shot. And is it worth it? Thank you so much.
It's one of my favorite songs off your new
Oh,
album.
thank you.
Yes. You're listening to Bonnie Whitmore. If you just tuned in, this is Texas Radio Live. Oak Garden, you're welcome to come join us, or you can also check out our live stream on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And yeah. Whitmore, tell me a little bit about this new album. Where did you make it? Who did you make it with? When did you make it?
Oh, well, we actually went in a couple. It's been a couple years ago that we actually recorded it, but kind of for some reason 2020 seemed like the right thing to do for Last Will and Testament. It was just like all the signs are pointing to yes.
Yeah.
But I did it here at Ramble Creek here in Austin with Britton Beisenhurst and of course Scott Davis, and I produced it together. Betty Sue had her presence all over it, which is why I love having her as my right hand lady.
Yeah. That helps for sure.
And just being able to sing with her today has just been amazing. But it was a great thing to do, and I feel like right now, because everybody's needing to slow down a little bit, whether you want to or not, it's kind of creating that environment. And I did really want to try to. There's so much division that's going on, and I really wanted to try to help with starting those conversations in either awkward or difficult subject matter. So that was kind of the impetus of going into this. I mean, my previous record, I won't say its name, kind of allowed me to push the envelope, and apparently I didn't make enough people angry enough, so I doubled down with Last Will and Testament.
Well, you're really good at delivering those uncomfortable messages and subject matters in a beautiful, soulful way.
Pop mentality, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You deliver 3 chords in the truth, and you do that so well. So
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful album. Does your sister sing on the album with you?
Actually, she did some string arrangements.
Strings, cool.
She's out in California, so it's not as easy.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So if you don't know, Bonnie is from a music family. She was one of those people who was blessed to grow up with, musician parents and a musician sister, and everyone was doing the music in the family. So,
Right.
And from what I think I just heard, you're going to make a sister album with her.
Yeah, I feel like this was a necessary thing because I haven't, utilized her enough in the past couple records.
She's probably always on tour, right?
Right. I mean, she works harder than anyone. Both
Yeah.
her and her husband, Chris Masterson, with the Mastersons.
Great.
Because we have this time, seriously, it's been like 20 years. So,
well, I'm excited for that.
We got some country gold coming out on that one. I'm excited about. Yeah.
Oh yes, sign me up. I will be the first one to buy that. That's awesome.
Sure.
Well, yeah, it's been a very strange year to say the least. But you have been keeping up with your. You were playing Continental Gallery across the street from us over here, and that was a really awesome residency you've had for. How long have you been doing that?
At least 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've done quite a few. Yeah. So
you've been my guest up there.
Yes. Yeah. And I love it. It's so fun. But you've taken it virtual, and you basically just switched, to doing the Zoom or what have you. And you've had so many wonderful guests this year. And I think you have another one. Do you have another one this week with James McMurtry?
I do. James McMurtry is my guest tomorrow night. So that's going to be really exciting.
Awesome. So where can people tune in to see that?
So if you go to my website, that's the easiest way to RSVP. There's a drop down bar just for the virtual galleries, we're calling it, since we can't be in my church, as I like, Continental Gallery. But it's at a reasonable hour now. Yeah. The residency started at 10:30, and now we're doing it at 8:30, so it's a little bit easier accessible for folks. And it's been nice to have people joining us from all across the country, sometimes over intercontinental, depending on who has the wherewithal. But
right. No, that's been one really cool thing, I think, to come out of this, is connecting with folks from everywhere. I've had folks tune in. I'll be like, suddenly seeing someone from France or someone, and I'm like, oh my God, what time is it over?
Gerald's, which is a great
Yeah.
bar up in the one.
That's a great bar. Yeah.
But Austin Lucas and I are going to be song swapping, and he's in Germany right now. So
my
it is
gosh.
going to be an international happy
That's
hour.
awesome.
It's
Country
going to
to
be like
country.
1 a.m. for him, but he agreed to it. So I'm
That's
looking forward to
awesome.
it. It'll be
He's a rock
fun.
star. He can handle it, right?
Totally.
That's awesome. So, what have, besides doing your live stream and besides promoting your album, I'm sure you've been super busy doing that. Like, I always like to ask musicians right now, like, what's one odd thing or a hobby or something you have been up to that you wouldn't normally have been able to do because you're not on the road or you're not, doing the normal schlep? Anything?
Well, I'm actually going to take some time later on this month, after I go to California to do a record with Eleanor. I'm going to go down to West Texas, which is basically where my parents live in Terlingua, and I have a trailer that I'm building out to Airbnb. So if anybody's looking for a cool little trailer to stay in down in those parts, I called it the Terlingua Pixie, is what its name is. And
I will gladly stay there.
It's like rainbow bright. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Even better. I'll be your first guest. Sign me up. I love that part of Texas.
Me
I'm
too.
getting so jealous right now seeing people who like went out there for Thanksgiving to the Big Bend area, and it's just magical. So I think you'll probably have a lot of renters for that Airbnb.
Sometime you come down there. If we go down there together, I'll take you flying.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. Bonnie Whitmore is not just a pilot of the guitar and the bass and the vocals, but she is an actual pilot, y'all. This woman can fly planes.
Well, that was my trade-in. I was like, I'll get my pilot's license instead of giving my parents grandbabies. So you one up me with those two adorable girls of yours. So
well, thank you, but I can't fly a plane. All right. So when we want to,
and we trade off. I just want to be Auntie Bonnie, and I'll take the kids flying whenever you're ready.
You're super cool, Auntie Bonnie too. No, that's awesome. I forgot that you fly planes. How could I forget? That's such a cool little feather in your hat. So. And that's like that's a family thing ish?
Yeah, it's kind of like a requirement to be a Whitmore. You have to sing and play instruments and fly planes. It's no big deal.
No big deal. Just whatever. So yeah, just one of the
no pressure at all. But I think my dad was kind of sad that both my sister and I went music and not towards the flying. But whatever. It's all good. So
I think y'all were smart, keeping your feet on the ground.
So just random. It's not something you want to just like bring up all the time and like, I'm a pilot. It just sounds like I'm bragging and
that's bragging rights right there. I think so. It's not like I took up crocheting or something. Not that crocheting is
nothing wrong with that.
I'm kidding.
Sorry, no offense to all you like rock star crocheters out there. That's actually something I really want to learn how to do.
Me too.
I thought I would learn like a million hobbies during COVID, but
I know.
no.
Well, my parents know how to do everything. And it's like, how did I not learn how to do all that? Like, I know I learned a lot. Don't get me wrong. But like, they've literally been able to put in the plumbing or build things from scratch or weld.
Necessity was the mother of invention, and there was no YouTube,
right?
And there was no whatever social media. So that's what I blame. I blame it.
My mom is allowing me to do the curtains in the trailer. That everything else she like upholstered herself.
She's doing, of course. Yeah. Well, hey, that's a mom's, I'm sure like badge of honor right there. So that's awesome. So growing up, were you listening to your parents were musicians? Obviously, like did their music influence you, or was it other sounds that you were hearing that influenced the music that you would soon be making?
They were definitely straight up influencers on that record. Part of it was that so many of the songs that I played with my dad were his versions of songs, which I would later find out were like, a Beatles song, like that. But I was so much of my my music lexicon.
Magical mystery tour. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he did When I'm 64, and then I realized that he'd been messing up the words, and I was like, no, this is not okay. But I mean, that was kind of the whole thing, and so there was a lot of people like, like how I got introduced to a lot of Texas troubadours and stuff was by way of covers of him, and it made for a different kind of upbringing as far as that goes. My mom would be downstairs teaching voice and practicing classical music all the time, which was always fun to be on the phone with somebody. And they were like, "What is that in the background?" And I'd open up the door and it'd be like, "Oh, this giant voice coming. That's my mom. No big deal.
Mom being
It's
dramatic, no big
fine.
deal.
It's cool. She was gonna be Beverly Sills. It's no big deal. Whatever.
Wow, that's amazing. Your mom was an opera singer. That's big shoes to fill, you know.
Oh yeah, we were
I know
Daddy and the Divas. That was their family band name. So we came by it honestly.
appropriately. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, do they still tour?
They
Cool.
still play. I mean, they're not doing the same thing that they were before because of the pandemic and
Yeah.
COVID and all that kind of stuff. But do their first like Facebook Live thing, which
Oh,
was
cool.
hilarious.
I like that.
And my dad has these great, very inappropriate songs that my sister and I won't play with them anymore. But they're very,
Dad, it's
I got my
2020.
sense of humor from them as well. So, whew.
Okay, now I see. I'm putting it all together. I'm putting the grand big Whitmore puzzle together. so-
Imagine a duet of like In Spite of Ourselves, but dialed up to 11.
Oh wow. Okay, I
Yeah.
want to hear that. Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to come.
Still
out to
having sex in
Terlingwood.
their 60s. I thought when they turned 70 that they'd stop, but no, they were like, we can still get away with 60s. I'm like, okay, more
I
power
love
to
it.
you.
I love it. Like I said, Bonnie Whitmore. She talks about all the things, but in a wonderful way.
Anytime I want to go there,
I
I'm
love
ready.
it. No, she's not only talented, with her music, but she's kind of comedy gold. So well, let's get back into the music before I ramble out here. And you are listening to the wonderful Bonnie Whitmore, joined by the wonderful Betty Sue here on Texas Radio Live on Solar Powered Sun Radio. We'll do one more, and then we'll take a tiny short break, and then bring it on back home with more music here on Sun
Okay,
Radio.
that sounds good. Well, I'm going to do a new one that's going to be on the new record because I'm already more than halfway through into that. So for anybody who was thinking, oh, Last Will and Testament was my last album, well, I hate to disappoint you, but it's not. So this one's called It's What You Do, and it gave me a lot of thought process about right now the importance of needing to listen to one another. And so it's called It's What You Do, right? How did we get here? A future so unclear. Reality ain't a thing you choose. So whether the puppet or the hand that goes up it, we're in this together through and through. I know love can persevere. Gotta stop giving in to fear, yeah, and shut up and listen. Look at what you are missing. Reflect what's inside of you, yeah. 'Cause I need you to hear me. You see, the joy can be found that depends on you and what you do. We all got problems. Accountability is one. That comes down to what defines you. You can stand there in judgment or think you're above it. That only isolates you. 'Cause I want you to get down, rise up, be human. Shut up and listen. Look at what you've been missing. Reflect on what's inside of you, yeah. 'Cause I need you to hear me. I want you to see what you do. You send out the love, breathe in the suffering. 'Cause no matter what side you're on, it's worth recovering. what you do. Shut up and listen. Look at what you are missing. Reflect on, I need you to hear me. 'Cause I want you to see that joy can be found, but that depends on you. And what you do is what you do.
Bonnie Whitmore with Betty Sue live on Texas Radio Live here at Oak Garden. And we're going to take a short break. And before we do, well, on our break, we're actually going to pass a Takova's boot. Big thanks to Takova. I'm actually rocking mine right now. They're keeping my my calves and my feet warm. Thanks to them. But we're going to pass the boot to have some donations hopefully in for our musician. That's right. Our recharge program that we've had and our side always trying to that. So we're going to pass the boot and let Bonnie and Betty take a quick breath, and then we'll be right back here on Texas Radio Live.
Support for solar-powered solar-powered Austin Subaru, 8100 Burnett Road, now featuring the 2021 symmetrical all-wheel drive Subaru Crosstrek. Austin Subaru will even bring a vehicle to you for a clean, safe test drive. MPG info and shop online with home delivery at austinsubaru.co.
Support comes from Güeros Taco Bar on South Congress, now open for dine-in service inside Güeros and on the patio. The health and safety of guests and staff is top priority, and Güeros will be adhering to all recommended health and safety practices while serving fresh margaritas, tender fajitas, or queso flameado. Curbside to-go food and alcohol still available as well. Full details at güeros.com.
Support for Texas music on Sun Radio comes from Fifth Generation Incorporated, makers of Tito's Handmade Vodka. Pot distilled and made from corn in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume and 80 proof, Tito's Handmade Vodka is crafted to be consumed responsibly. More online at titosvodka.com.
Support for Solar-Powered Sun Radio comes from Takova's, makers of handcrafted men's and women's cowboy boots, plus leather bags, apparel, and accessories that are all designed in Austin, Texas. Find yours at their store on South Congress Avenue or at the Domain North Side and at tecovas.com. TECOVAS.
Support for Sun Radio's Green Initiative comes from AutoNation Chevrolet on Research Boulevard in North Austin, featuring the fully electric 2020 Bolt and the entire roster of Chevrolet cars and trucks. A portion of every AutoNation sale is donated to the American Cancer Society's search for the cure. More info on new vehicles, certified used, and available financing online at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com.
You are listening to Texas Radio Live. Hello, we are down here at Güeros Oak Garden. I'm Susanna Schofel. So happy to be down here on this toasty evening. And just a reminder, tune in over on our Facebook page and YouTube channel if you want to see the actual musicians. They are wearing their finest and looking quite cozy and adorable and beautiful and wonderful and all that good stuff. But please help me, Güeros audience, in giving a very warm welcome back to Bonnie Whitmore and Betty Sue on Texas Radio Live.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, this is really kind of my first gig since this whole thing has started. So it's so nice to see y'all. I know we have to stay distance, but it means a lot. And for anybody who's tuning in, hello, thank you. I'm going to do this song. That's how I've finished the record. It's for a really good friend of ours who we lost a couple years ago. It's the first song that I wrote on bass. It's called George's Lullaby. Know how a heartbeat both rises and falls. Follow the breath as it ebbs and flows. Remember a time when three became four, the beat that brought me to you. When you lose your heart that first tug of war, the bass feels a heartbeat on two and then four. Lovely of anguish once again and once more. The glowing rhythm, the heart it beats for, you know how a heartbeat both rises and falls. Follow the breath as it ebbs and flows around the beat that brought me to you. Take it, Betty Sue. I love you for always, you'll be in my heart. For the love and the laughter will be in my heart. May it be with you forever, always. Start at the beginning and sing it once more. You know how a heartbeat both rises and falls. Follow the breath as it ebbs and flows. Remember the time when three became four, the beat that brought me to you. They say that the hearing's the last thing to go. So my friend, my heart, I'd beat once more. Be with you forever, with me always. I'll see you again, somewhere and somewhere. I'll see you again someday. Thank you so much. Well, I couldn't have Betty Sue come and play with me today, not ask her to sing one of her beautiful songs. Are you guys up for that? We were just discussing, I don't think that Betty Sue's played with me since December of last year. And I think maybe the last time I played with her was in maybe February of this year. So this means a whole lot that you guys are here and that I get to sing and play with one of my best friends. So thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity. And thank you, Sun Radio, for being such a supporter and letting us participate in this way, in this safe environment. So thank you all so much for being here today. I know it's cold, but
Absolutely. We're happy to have you. And that was a beautiful song. I'm assuming that was for George Reeve.
George Reeve, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful bassist and human being here in town. Your bass playing is so gorgeous, Bonnie. I love it. So we are so stoked. We're like getting two for the price of one here. And I have to say, Betty Sue has this awesome singer's mask on, which I have never seen. This is new to me. It's like a box on her face. Actually, it's like a fanny pack on your face, I feel like.
Yeah.
It is.
And I love fanny packs. So I'm like, I want one. Where
I
did
know
you
I
get
could like
that?
stick my wallet in here. I could put all kinds of stuff in here.
Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. I'm
Exactly.
sorry, that was horrible, but it was there. Anyway, I just wanted to make note that Betty Sue has a really cool singer's mask that's not supposed to muffle her beautiful voice. So I'm intrigued.
Well, thanks. Thanks. I know I'm gonna sing with this mask on. We'll see
It
how it
sounds
goes.
great. Your voice sounds great already. Take it away.
Henry and me, we got a good thing together. Back in '98, we left for warmer weather.
Houston was big and we could disappear. Neighbors don't bug, don't even draw. We could bust out a tree with Jimmy and see what he saw. And if they're playing in town, we'll see a little band go. Try to look at the slots, sleep all the way home. The station's just a 2-mile walk from our door. We never leave a car at the Greyhound line. Henry says you might as well leave it on. Henry's always got us in the semis. He loves to strike his own kind of deals. And this one's hot out of Phoenix. He'll roll in slow and make the show. It's a 65 Ford Valley tag on the floor. We're gonna go downtown, cruise it around, have a coat, sleep for the beach folks. We'll trade for a wagon with a picnic in the back and see what kind of toys the kids dig these days. On the Gulf Coast highway, so much trash out there, no one can tell anyway. It's always Mom who picks up the phone. Tell her I'm good and I'll visit soon. Same thing I've said for years. She'll try to muffle those snot-nosed tears, as she knows I can't stand here. Henry's never been much of a flirt, so I'm never worried about him chasing through. Him and me is all we need. Henry's new best friend is just an ex-sucker, looking for a fix for a holding breath. Me and Henry were just like Bonnie and Clyde, mad for dead presidents taking on the slide. The only things we ain't got banks in our sights, just cars and fiends and hungry eyes. Just cars and fiends and hungry eyes. Yeah, Henry and me, we got a good thing together. Back in 98, we looked warm away. Just kids with fake IDs. Him and me, it's all we need.
Oh yeah, that's some Betty Sue right there. I love it when I asked her. I was like, "Hey Betty Sue, will you sing a song for the set?" It's like, "Yes, I'm gonna play my most severely complicated one." She said it just like that too. I'm just kidding. My favorites though, but it's deceptively. It only has like a few chords. Well, actually, it does have like all of the chords, but every change is a little bit different. It's like she's just she's trying to stump the band, and I was proud the day that I finally was able to get off chart for that one. So I mentioned my previous. Felt like I wanted to do a couple songs from that one, just to take us out and make sure my guitar likes it. But thank y'all so much for being here. I made sure to bring out my Tyrone and Tyrona. They haven't been out in a long time. If you're wondering who that is, they're the little tiny dinosaurs that I have up here. Like I said, I'm auntie to everybody, and I don't have a pet, so this is as close as I get. But it's been a good way to start conversations. People are like, "Is that a tiny dinosaur?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." Everybody wants to talk to Tyrone. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, you can check out Adventures with Tyrex on Instagram and see all the places that we've been and who all we've gotten to hang out with. This is a song called She's a Hurricane. I do believe that Sun Radio was playing this a little bit too. I wrote this one in reaction to me inspiring a song called Natural Disaster. So it goes a little something like this. I'll send it out to all those hurricanes out there. I know I got a lot of them. She's a hurricane. Nothing that stands in her way. She's a hurricane. She won't leave you no reason to stay. Just like a hurricane. Make you a whole new you. You won't forget her name. And there's only one thing you can do. So shake it up, feel it. It's life that matters. Got to see what it's like. Try and figure out just a blink of an eye. It'll throw you away. She's a hurricane. He's a wrecking ball, sealed up inside and so self-assured. Go on, tear down the walls. Feel it inside, it's so pure. It's unpredictable. Send through the glass, but just rest assured it's not unnatural. And there's only one thing left to do. So shake it up, feel it. It's love that matters. Cause you know when it's right, you gotta let it shatter. It's just a blink of an eye, it'll throw you away. Oh, shake it up, shake it. It's life that matters. Gotta see what it's like and try and figure out it. Just a blink of an eye, it'll throw you away. Yeah. Oh, shake it up, feel it. It's love that matters. Cause you know when it's right, you gotta let it shatter. And just a blink of an eye, it'll throw you away. Yeah, yeah. She's a hurricane. She's a hurricane. Oh man, yeah. Like I said, I won't say the name. Last time I played this, though, I was releasing this record. We'll just call it "Sad Girls," abbreviated. And I was driving, I think, from Missouri to get here, and I think I even had to like pee in a jar or something in order to get here in time. But I was stuck in traffic, and I got here and made it, and we had a wonderful time. We got to play as a full band, and we did this one. And Betty Sue came out that night, and she played the Virus Slap for this song in particular. We worked something out special with the accordion. Can you play the bleep? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So just, when she does that, it's in place of a word that is not there. Because we're going to try to keep this PG for but yeah, if you guys want to put your middle fingers up during that time and participate, that's totally cool. It's in the spirit. There is a whole dance along. In fact, Jack Ingram was really great about presenting that one time up at the gallery. I have video footage, thankfully, for that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us today. This is a title track from my previous record, which is what I feel like allowed me to make this latest record. So, and I feel like this song also is why I got to be able to tour with James McMurtry and do that kind of stuff. So, even though it has an explicit, it's got a message to it. So I'll send out to any of those sad girls out there. This one's for you. Looks through a rear view, while the rest just seem to pass her by. Always watching the world through the corner of an eye. She sits like a bird, just about to fly. But no one really wants to be sad girl. No one wants to see the cracks, the makeup goes in eye. 'Cause she's no one's girl or little girl who wants to see the inside. 'Cause no one really wants to be sad girl. She wakes up in last night's makeup. It's just one more of the days in her life. Always watching the world through the corner of an eye. She sits like a bird, just about to fly. But no one really wants to be sad girl. No one wants, 'cause no one really wants to be sad girl. Ain't that middle fingers up. So here's to 2020 in the rear view. The rear view. Whatever helps you. It's never bad and Cause no one really wants to be sad girl. No one really wants to be sad girl. No one really wants to be sad girl. So be a sad girl. Be a sad boy. Sad girl. Sad girl. Be a sad boy. Sad girl. Sad girl. No one really wants to with sad girls. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you, Sun Radio. It's been my pleasure.
The wonderful Bonnie Whitmore with Betty Sue. Oh, so good. That was the best bleep ever, Betty. Thank you for that. I'm Susanna Schofel, and it has been my immense pleasure to be here tonight hosting Texas Radio Live for you at Güeros Oak Garden. So Betty Sue's got a really cool planner for 2021, since we all have like bigger plans for 2021. She's been working on this awesome work play everyday planner. So I just went out. You can go find that somewhere online. And big thanks to our sponsors here: ABC Home and Commercial Services, Bud Light, Austin Water, Tito's Handmade. Next week here down at Texas Radio Live on solar powered, listener supported Sun Radio.